A support agent summarizes a case beautifully. Then someone notices the prompt included a customer identifier, an environment variable, and a link to a system the agent was never meant to call. This is lesson 19 in Claude Code, Production AI Agents. Today we draw the boundary around network egress, secrets, and data, so helpful automation does not become accidental disclosure. Last lesson reduced blast radius inside the runtime. Now we look at what can leave the runtime: outbound calls, secrets, logs, classified data, and context sent to external services. The core idea is this: data boundaries decide what the agent can know and where it can send it. If those boundaries live only in a prompt, they will be missed under pressure. The safer pattern is to move data decisions into retrieval filters, secret brokers, logging policy, and network controls where they can be enforced before the model ever sees the sensitive material. The visible artifact is the secret and data boundary map. It has five parts: allow list, secret source, PII rules, logging filter, and egress record. Together, they describe what may cross the line. This part of the visual map matters because it shows the actual moving pieces: network allow list, secret injection, environment hygiene, data classification, PII handling. If one of those pieces is invisible, the team will struggle to operate the workflow under pressure. Use this checklist before treating the workflow as ready: allow list, secret source, PII rules, logging filter, egress record. These are not decorative boxes. They are the operating questions that decide whether the agent can be trusted outside a demo. In practice, this example has four parts: secret leakage, PII in context, unapproved egress, overlogging, vendor exposure. The point is to make the agent's work inspectable rather than asking everyone to trust a polished final answer. Score the design against this rubric: allow list, secret source, PII rules, logging filter, egress record. A weak score does not mean the idea is useless. It means the workflow needs stronger boundaries before it becomes production work. Day two is where network egress, secrets, and data boundaries becomes real. A teammate asks why a run behaved differently from yesterday. The answer should not depend on memory or guesswork. The team should inspect the run identity, the boundary configuration, the stored evidence, and the handover note. If the design supports that conversation, the agent is becoming operable. If not, the team has a fragile demo with a professional looking interface. Use this implementation checklist before expanding scope: network allow list, secret injection, environment hygiene, data classification, PII handling. Each item should have an owner and a verification step. If the checklist only exists in a planning document, it will drift. Put the important parts close to the runtime and close to the release gate. Block release when you see these risks: secret leakage, PII in context, unapproved egress, overlogging, vendor exposure. Blocking release is not failure. It is how production teams avoid turning a known weakness into an incident. The aim is not to slow the agent down. The aim is to make speed survivable. The mental model is a customs checkpoint for information. Some things pass freely, some need declaration, some cannot leave. The checkpoint works because the rule is enforced at the border, not remembered afterwards. Our worked example is a support agent with restricted production access. It can retrieve approved case fields, redact sensitive identifiers, call only allow listed tools, and record why each external call was needed. The agent should never need the whole customer record when a narrow field level view is enough to complete the task. Build the boundary from the data classification first. Decide what the agent may see, what it may store, what it may log, and what it may send out. Then make secret injection short-lived and scoped. Review the logs as if they were a data product, because an unsafe log can leak the same secret the runtime tried to protect. Use the rubric. Ask whether the design has an allow list, secret source, PII rules, logging filter, and egress record. If not, the agent's data movement is still too implicit. The common mistake is putting every secret in the environment and hoping prompts behave. Prompts are guidance. Secret handling needs runtime controls, narrow scopes, and logs that do not leak the thing they record. Let us recap. For egress and data boundaries, classify the data, scope secrets, restrict outbound calls, filter logs, and keep an egress record. This is the point where security, privacy, and platform engineering meet, because the same boundary protects customers, operators, and the company. The lesson learned is this: every agent has a data perimeter. Production work begins when that perimeter is explicit and enforceable. If data movement is invisible, risk is invisible too. Subscribe for Claude Code, Production AI Agents. The companion book is linked in the description. In Lesson 20, we turn those boundaries into policy as code, audit, and lineage.